Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Thursday, May the 28th, the year 2020. Let's talk trading. Past versus present. I've got Walmal on the line, and come to find out, Walmal and I have actually studied some of the same material.
Yeah, there was a fellow by the name of Dr. Edward De Bono, and he was born back in the 30s, but until he was very well known fellow in the psychology world, but he originally trained as a physicist, and he also one of these Renaissance people because he had a degree in physics, he had a degree in medicine, he was a doctor, he was a physician, then went and became a psychologist. So he was very widespreadly known in many different fields. And interestingly, he was born in Malta of all places, and was a knight, and so there was really clever guy with some real juice behind him. But he had a famous quote that went along the lines of, "You can analyze the past, but you need to design the future." And I had read that yesterday to TheRumpledOne, and he modified it, and he changed it to, "You can analyze the past, but you need to trade in the moment." And I think there's a lot of truth to that. Yeah, we can look at statistics and know what statistics teach us and all the great things there, but you still got to trade with what you see.
In the moment. And so...
In the moment.
Yeah, so... fellow traders, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and from Walmal's. Trading is extremely risky. You can lose all of your money. If you need trading, investment, or financial advice, seek the advice of an accredited financial professional. And you know we always talk about money and risk management, but today it's more of the brain management. And in fact, Walmal came up with a new one. Do you want to share it with the traders?
Sure, you throw me under the bus like that. That's fine. I came up with ROBS, ROBS, regret of being stupid. Regret of being stupid. There were 2 times in a row, and this whole idea that you need to go and trade in the moment, and what had happened was 2 times in a row, I saw my trade set up, and I didn't take it. And both times I was gotten 10 plus pips on both those trades, and it was just being stupid, just not paying attention, not being focused, not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm sitting here in my chair at my trading desk, and I'm supposed to be trading. Instead, I was off on the side reading an article, one time, and the other time I don't even know what I was doing. I just wasn't paying attention to what was happening on my chart. And actually, I do know what happened on that second time. That second time, what happened was I'm looking at the chart, and emotion took control. And it was the type of thing where I didn't believe what I saw. I knew statistically what was supposed to happen, and I knew what the chart was telling me, but I didn't take the chart trade, and that was just being stupid, just not doing what I'm supposed to do. So regret of being stupid.
Well, being stupid is defined as getting burned on the same stove twice.
That's exactly right. It's sort of like the old Einstein quote, of what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Right.
Well, I did the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I just did not go, and I didn't do what I was supposed to be doing. Now, hopefully you don't do that too often. You don't miss too many opportunities. But I was just talking to TRO. I think part of it is that I had made my pips. In fact, I've made 25 pips. So I'm 2.5 times what my daily goal is, half my weekly goal. And so I'm just sitting here very lackadaisical, and I'm not paying attention to what's going on like I should. Well, should I really even be sitting in front of a chart then?
No.
I'm supposed to be rhetorical, but that's good. No, because the thing is, that's what's going to get you in trouble, because either you're going to do what I did, where I missed the trade that I should have gone in on, or worse than that, I jump into some type of airball, and next thing you know, haven't been paying attention, haven't been doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and next thing you know, I'm in a trade that's going, against me, and I should have known to never ever get into that trade in the first place.
Exactly.
Should bring up what the trade you got yourself into?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I was using my laptop. I was trading horizontally, meaning I was still in bed in my PJs when I was trading. And so I didn't have the mouse, and I was using I had the touchpad, and I accidentally touched it when the cursor was over the sell button. And so I went short, and I didn't really mean to go short at that time. So, I have to trade my way out of that mess.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's part of the same thing is, we need to go and not have regret of doing that, because the reality is you should have your machine set up in a way that things like that don't happen. By the way, Tiro went and immediately after that changed his platform so that can't happen the second time.
Yeah.
That's what we have to do. Okay, you can get stuff in trouble on something. Put some type of safeguard in place, whether it's a rule that prevents you getting into a trade or something you do to your machine to go and prevent you from doing something that you will regret later on. And that's what probably in trading, 90% of our problems are self-made. We've talked about that over and over again. We've done it to ourselves, and that's so true. I did it to myself. We're losing opportunity, 2 opportunities that would have been great trades to get into. I lost those opportunities because I did it to myself, and Hero got himself into a little bit of a mess, because of the same thing. He didn't have his trading platform set up in a way that would prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
But we all do it.
Yeah.
But what do we do going into the future?
So that's just part of, once again, you can analyze the past, but you got to trade in the moment. And
that's right. Trade what you see.
Yeah, you can't trade the left side. You can only trade the current candle. And so, like right now, we've got the pound dollar making a new high at 123.11. What didn't I call out 123.12 when we were talking earlier, or 123.17 or something like that?
Something 15, I think, is what you call it, but we'll get there. Yeah, but yeah, it's you're exactly right about trading. You can't trade the left-hand side. All you can trade is the right-hand side, the candle that you're on. That's all you can trade.
Yep.
The other candles may give you an indication, but that's all they do is give you an indication.
And there was there something else we wanted to talk about to the boys and girls and non-binary traders out there?
I think that was really it. Just, this whole idea, of trade what you see, and just being in the moment. And I talked about it a little bit last week, and that is that I like to sit down an hour before I actually start to trade and get into the rhythm of the market. And I think that's part of trading in the moment, because it gets you start trading the way the market is trading. When I don't do that, I find myself out of sync with the market. The market wants to go up, and I'm trading to the south, and I get myself in trouble. So I like to sit there and just shadow trade it, either paper trade it, shadow trade it, whatever you want to call it, and just get yourself trading, in the moment, trading the way the market's going. And when you do that, what tends to happen is, I can't tell you why, but there are trades, and I did this yesterday with TRO on the phone, and it's sort of like, I'm not taking that trade. But it's a Walmal trade. You're right, it is. I'm not taking that trade. Why aren't you taking it? I don't know. But I do know, and that's because what it is that I sat there, shadow trade, and you wind up getting into the breadth of the market. You understand how the market moves. And I've said this many times in the past, and it's worth repeating, and that is that I treat the market as a living, breathing organism. And living, breathing organisms have a pattern, and what that pattern is, you have to get in and start living it. I can't change what the market's going to do. When I get into a trade where it's like a high intensity trade, I start doing silly things like I start moving the screen around, I start moving indicators around. You know what? Not a single one of those things that I do, go and change what the market's doing. It makes me feel better for that moment, but that's all it does. And we got to go and trade what the market is presenting in front of you. If that means getting in, you get in. If that means getting out, it means get out. If it means to sit on your hands, you sit on your hands.
Exactly. Oh, I know what else I wanted to talk to. It's back to about being stupid. And I'd mentioned to Walmal that, if we're trading at a level where we're comfortable or at a level where we don't care, it's so easy to be lackadaisical. But if you had your full account on the line, meaning you were in with max lots, I think you would definitely make sure everything lined up before you hit that trade button, because you know what would happen if you made one of your stupid mistakes. So I think trading at a size that keeps you fully engaged, fully focused, may be the key. Now it goes against most traditional trading, but the thing is, most traditional traders, was it 95% of them blow their accounts or quit trading after a year or two or whatever that statistic says. So it's just something to consider.
Yeah, you need to be trading at a level where you have enough on the line that it keeps you focused, yet at the same time, not so much on the line that it paralyzes you from doing anything. So there's a zone in there. So you need to be able to go and trade it, but at the same time, it's got to matter. It has to matter. And when it doesn't matter, then you need to figure out why it doesn't matter. Is it doesn't matter because the money that you may lose on this trade doesn't matter, or does it not matter because, you've gotten too comfortable and it's time to move up the level. That's kind of how I've moved up from. I started out trading like everybody else, doing nothing more than demo trading, then moving up to risking a penny, then risking a dime, then $1, and moved my way on up. And part of what I did was I knew that every time I moved up a level, I would actually start to get some losses. Okay, part of it is because there was a little bit of hesitation, not doing things quick enough, but because it mattered, what happened was I didn't back off of that level. I stayed at that level because I knew it put me on the edge of the chair watching it, making sure that I'm doing things correctly. Next thing I knew, I was being profitable at that level, and I've been moving up. In fact, I was telling TRO the other day that, that over the last month or so, I've increased my lot size by another half a lot. And that's what I think you need to do and that's how you move up, because it keeps you at the edge of that chair and keeps you sharp. One of the things I mentioned to you guys yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, must have been, when I make my core, one of the first things I do is I've made my core money, and as I'm continuing to trade because I'm learning and doing things, I pull my lot size all the way down. And I truly believe that that's what caused me why I missed those trades. Because what happened was I pulled my lot size all the way down to a level where it's who cares if I lost the money, and guess what I was not doing? I was sitting on the side, reading an article on the side, as opposed to with my eyes beamed in on that chart, looking for opportunity to make money, looking for opportunity not to get into a trade. I wasn't doing that. And so that's what will get you into trouble as well.
Yeah, it sure will. And the thing is about not being comfortable, you really have to kind of look in the mirror or take a walk or sit in a quiet room and figure out the reason you're not comfortable. Is it the money? Is it that you don't have confidence in the system? You don't have confidence in yourself? You have some limiting belief? I mean, when we talk about money, I mean, not just in trading, but in life, people have so many stories that they tell themselves about money, and it can either be a help or it can be a hindrance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that always causes me problems, and that I've figured out in my trading, is that the reality is this is how I provide for my family. Okay, there is no other income coming in. This is what provides for my family. So if I mess it up, I mess it up big time.
Yeah.
And so it matters, and it matters big. So I've got, I hate to say it, and all these gurus tell you, you can't go and trade that way. You can't trade that way. You can't, Well, guess what? Reality is, if I'm going to trade full time, there is no other option.
Yeah. And you know what?
I can't trade.
I was going to say, oh yeah, it's the fastest 15 minutes. We're out of time. So, fellow traders, I hope you learned something, or at least got something to think about. So just remember, the next time you sit down at your trading platform, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks.